So Marauders, welcome back to the channel. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, sharing it with a friend. I truly appreciate that. So I'm on my way to returning the motorcycle to Hamburg Honda, and I like to do a recap, just a quick my opinion of the motorcycle or anything that I'm demoing, give you just a recap on it. And on this motorcycle, no doubt about it, I think it's a huge step up from the previous Africa Twin, and the reasons being not necessarily the engine and DCT transmission, because that was available on the previous Africa Twin. I know they've increased some low-end torque on this engine, but I think that Honda's decision to change the front tire from a 21-inch tire to a 19-inch tire on this model was a step in the right direction. And it just handles so well and feels so much lighter than the previous model with the 21-inch rim. And my Husqvarna Norden 901 Expedition with a 21-inch rim, it just handles much lighter and faster than its actual size. This is a full-size adventure bike. And that makes it really handle well. Now, I think this bike's price range is about $18,000. To get a motorcycle, to buy a motorcycle for $18,000 that has a semi-active electronic transmission is huge. That's a big deal, and this suspension is a real deal. I'd say it's very comparable to my Skyhook suspension on my Ducati Multistrada V4 Rally. I think it's very comparable to that suspension. And then to add on top of that, this TFT screen, which can show your Apple Car, and I don't have it hooked up, but to show your Apple CarPlay on it, and then to switch by flicking a lever on the left grip to flick it back to this instrumentation cluster is just huge. To have it built into the bike and to have a sun visor over it, that's another plus. My Husqvarna Norden, I want to say, is about the Expedition with a better suspension on it, some features. That is about, if I remember right, a $17,000 bike. And not that I have any regrets about that bike, but this is just, what this bike has is just premium, and I think it's at a very competitive price range. Then add on top of that the electronic suspension, the TFT screen that doubles as a Apple CarPlay screen, yet you still have your other essentials with the screen below it for riding the motorcycle. The engine, I love the engine. It's essentially similar to what I have in my side-by-side Honda Talon live valve. The transmission is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And the biggest compliment I can give to this transmission is its low stress. When I'm on this, not having, and I can use a clutch, I can use a quick shifter, but getting on this is very stress-free. Very stress-free. To be able to get on this and shift and not have to worry about clutching and shifting. Again, as I've said in a previous video, my goal is always for a perfect ride, perfect shift, perfect turn, perfect downshift. Even with a quick shifter, I don't always get that. Man, I almost get it 100. I get it 100% on this bike, not almost. It just makes riding so much more relaxing and a little less stress. You want to be alert watching the cars around you, and work on your seating position, your foot position, and so many more other things when you're riding a motorcycle. It makes it more enjoyable having a precision engine and transmission, and you don't have to use a clutch. I can't stress that enough. So the naysayers that are not big, on automatic transmissions, no matter electric shift, ATA on BFWs, dual clutch transmissions on Hondas, and electric shift. That's fine. Buy an older bike or buy a bike that doesn't have that feature. I think you can get this Honda Africa Twin with a manual clutch. But I tell you, try it. Try it. I also like the lower seating position on the bike. It is I will say one negative thing about my Husqvarna Norton Expedition. The seat is high and it's wide. At times I cannot flat foot that bike. And on this I can always flat foot. It's just more comfortable when you're coming to the stop that you have both feet planted. And I was 6'3", now I'm about 6'1", 32, 33, 34 foot inseam, and this bike is very comfortable. I think it'd be extremely comfortable for people 5 inches, 5'8", 5'7", 5'9", 10. I'd say going up from 5'8", it would be comfortable for you, depending on your inseam. Weight, she's not a lightweight, but I gotta tell you, you don't feel it. This I've seen different numbers on the weight of this. I want to say it's about 540 pounds. And I could be a little off on that. A BMW GS is about 525. My Norton is about 500 pounds. My GSA BMW is close to 600. And my Ducati is close to 600. Not over 600, especially the way I have it equipped. So it's a full-size bike that's close to the weight of a mid-size adventure bike. But she's a little heavier, no doubt about that. So it really, I think, falls into a light, full-size adventure bike, in my opinion. I can't say enough good things about it. I think the electronic suspension, engine, transmission, if I was in a negative, maybe better wind protection and maybe one lever to operate it. You have to take both your hands off to use that, and I'm constantly adjusting mine when I'm on, so I'd say that's a negative. Looks are it's a gorgeous bike with a scheme. Mirrors are great. Vibration, it's a Honda, there's almost none. If you're in the market for an adventure bike, you got to look at this bike. And I tell you, try the DCT, ride both of them, the manual shift and the DCT. Give it a shot. It's just precision Honda engineering, as I say over and over again, a Honda quality and reliability. It's just top. Number one on reliability. And they've earned that. They've earned it. No doubt about that. And I think a carryover to that is, I'm sure, the resale value. All motorcycles depreciate, but I'm sure the resale value is solid. And there is a lot of Honda motorcycle dealers, not only throughout the U.S., but throughout the world. If you do have an incident, I'm sure you can get to a dealer quickly to have it resolved. Marauders, I'll give you a shot as I head on the highway, and then I'll turn off the camera, focus on riding on the highway. But she's a beautiful machine. Beautiful machine. You have to check it out. It's as simple as that. You have to check it out. Very comfortable. Standing up on the bike, I probably have 2-3 inches underneath my butt and crotch, which I like it. That's nice to stretch when you're at a stoplight. And I love, one thing I like, which I wish all bikes had, I like when you turn the cruise control on, it stays on, even when you shut the bike off. So you don't have to turn it on and set your speed. It's always turned on. All you have to do is set your speed with your left thumb on the controls on the left side of the your right thumb on the right side of the handlebars. I like that. That's some foresight on Honda. I mean, Yeah, you just sometimes you just can't. What was the saying they had in the 60s? You meet the nicest people on a Honda when they were trying to sell it to the masses. But great slogan, by the way. Maybe they should pick that up again. I will let the good times roll. I think was Kawasaki. That wasn't Honda. She's beautiful. It is just so. When I get on this, it's like I'm getting on the Can-Am Spider with the semi-automatic transmission. You know, you still had to upshift. You just use your finger to up to shift. This is just so relaxing to ride. Just so relaxing to ride. Late in the day on a Friday, it's cold. What's it? 57 degrees. It's not 57. My house, my phone said it was 53. So I have my climb gear on. Let's shoot her up to highway speeds here quickly. Bada bing. We're running the highway. So, boy, I have to tell you, and it is windy. My climb gear is excellent. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. My climb gear is excellent. I'm getting no wind. No wind's coming through this jacket or my pants. I'm very comfortable. So, Marauders, that's it. Again, thank you to Hamburg Honda, Dan, salesman Cam. Please go to their dealership, check it out. I'm sure he's got a great price on this bike that has low miles on it. Probably the only miles on it are what I put on it. Please contact Hamburg Honda. I'll post the information on the board, and I'm on there, and I will be driving hopefully another bike home with some type of DCT or electric shift transmission. So they were generous enough to let me look at another bike to review it and share it with you. So please contact Hamburg Honda and look at this motorcycle and test drive it, and hopefully you'll end up buying something from Hamburg Honda. Great dealership. I know they'll take care of you. Okay, Marauders, that's it. Ooh, it's windy. And you know what? My body's getting pushed. Now, this is the worst part about coming up on the backside of a truck. So I can feel the wind on my biceps. I can feel the wind on my biceps rocking my body. The bike handles the wind great. I gotta shoot by this. Okay, so we'll shoot by that truck, back off the throttle. She's a little zippy, huh, guys? She's a little zippy. I was getting the buffeting from the truck. All right, Marauders, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the trail. Thank you, and God bless. Okay, I cut out of work a little early today. Don't tell my kids. But I'm there much earlier than they headed. So, and great way to spend a Friday afternoon. Especially, this is November, is it November 11th? November 8th. November 8th, riding a motorcycle. It's just awesome. Just awesome. All right, muchachos. See you on the flip side.